Hello and welcome to the Knights of the Smith Dinner Table actual play video of our Greyhawk Adventures campaign. It has been a hot minute since we last played this game, just because, once again, real life gets in the way. And unfortunately today we are going to be missing Nick. He has a wake he has to attend. And Chris is not going to be here because he is currently live streaming video games for the Extra Life charity organization. If you don't know what that is, check it out. It's actually a pretty cool charity. Anyway, when last we left our valiant heroes, they had entered into this chamber and they had fought off a bunch of gnolls. Now, with the three of them, they need to decide what they're going to do. So, with that, gentlemen, I will turn over control to you guys for the moment. What are you guys going to do? Okay. All right. So as you guys head out, I will close that out. Take away your view for the moment. And put you guys here. Alright, so I need the village of Hamlet, or the town of Hamlet. It's no longer a village. Alright. So, you guys make your way back to town. And, let me hide this for now. And zoom in a little. It takes you about 6 hours, because you are traveling through the swamps. And you finally arrive back in town here on the east side of the map, where it has the arrow pointing towards the ruins of Nulb. And as you guys make your way into town, where are you guys going to head to? It is late afternoon. Well, you've got the Temple of Elona, Temple to Petal, and Church of St. Cuthbert. Who would you like to go see? All right, so you make your way across town. You arrive at the church, and as you enter, a young page greets you and says, What can I do for you, sirs? We could only hear about the last 6 words, Ben.
Sorry, 24 on perception. I'm just thinking, is this the Elona cleric disguised as another church again and trying to pull another prank on us?
You don't believe so.
Okay. I'll tell him that. Well, we're looking for someone who knows holy symbols.
Ah, that would be the canon.
Is the canon free?
Indeed. Let me go let him know that you're here. And he makes his way back into the church, leaving you guys there. And Canoness Ide makes her way out. And she says, Ah, you're back. How was your trip out to the moat house?
Okay. Got bitten a bit by a dragon and chopped on by some undead. Still stuff out there.
Yes, most cults do. You gonna show it to her? She takes a look at it and She's like, this is what is known as a where did it go? It's the symbol of the elder elemental eye, something that is attached to the old cult of elemental evil. So odds are the cult is probably still active. Though what they would want there, I have no idea. I left my dice sitting behind me. No, it was an outpost for the temple at one point. Somebody's typing away. Elder elemental eye? Yeah, like your eyes. Yep, once the job was done.
So this basically does answer the question, does it not?
Mm-hmm. All right, so you're going to go down and see Bernie and Rufus. The sun is setting as you arrive at the keep. And you are pretty quickly... Hold on just a second. Grace. Sorry, cat was attacking the window screen. But you are escorted in to see Bernie, the wizard. And he meets you in his conference room. And he says, that was a quick turnaround, friends. Tell me, what did you learn? Did you clear out the entirety of the moat house? Because odds are they're probably there for a reason, though what I couldn't even begin to fathom.
Not yet. We said we'd come back the rest of the week. We'd go at least update you in case of the worst.
Okay. Well, how much of the moat house and its dungeon did you explore? A dragon had moved in? Mm-hmm. Definitely a young one. You're lucky it was young. Dragons are rather nasty creatures to have to face. Well, I would recommend cleaning out the rest of the dungeon. See if there's any clues as to where they're at and where they've gone to ground at now.
Let's see here. And there was one other person considering from town in there.
Spugnoir, yes. He has arrived safely back. he came in and told me that you guys had rescued him. Though why he was there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that seems a little sketchy too. His answers are a little vague-ish.
We shall discuss things with him further, although he did say he's willing to give you a 30% discount on his product.
Always a plus.
Hey, if you don't mind me asking, what was the cult trying to do last time they were in town?
Well, they're rather destructive. They have this thing against life in general. So they were just looking to control all the lands. Ayuz was involved, so odds are he was looking to expand his sphere of influence.
So kill them all, kill them now.
Indeed.
Alright, rules of engagement simple. Mercy is not an option.
Redemption is always a possibility, but I doubt there will be much that can be had. Oh, do you have any other questions?
Well, I guess, besides the gnolls and undead, what sorts of features were part of this cult?
Evil elementals of all varieties, and the mixes in between. They had a dragon or two at one point. I don't know if they still do, because they went to ground after we destroyed the temple a second time. And lots of humans. Not very many demi-humans, but definitely lots of humans.
So destroying the temple a third time may be a charm.
One could hope.
Now, elementals, I guess, let's see here, Allure and Orburn, I guess, do you not really see more of a supernatural type?
They would fall under nature.
Oh, interesting. I actually might know things about elementals. How about that? Oh, what if you want to die? Or in Petal?
Just the basics. You know that they are weak against their diametrically opposed element. So fire is weak to cold, earth is weak to air, and vice versa. Where is my... There it is. Most of them have some kind of resistance, and let me bring up... There we go. So most of them have some kind of resistance, and they typically are able to move very quickly in their element. Like air elementals are experts at flying. Earth elementals can travel under the ground at pretty high speeds. Excuse me. Fire elementals are just fast on the ground, and water can swim pretty quickly. But they're very slow on the ground.
Ground resistance is that resistance on what is so difficult to kill with water instead.
Yes, water tend to be resistant to fire. Fire tends to be, or earth tends to be resistant to, oh, those are not the right thing. They tend to be resistant to, where did it go? No, earth elementals don't have any specific resistances, nor any specific weaknesses. Fire are, of course, immune to fire and weak against cold. And air, much like earth, don't have any specific resistances, but all elementals are immune to bleed effects, paralyzation, poisons, and sleep.
Okay, but hitting them with a sword or an axe works just as well as with anybody.
Yes.
Okay.
Like earth elementals are extremely strong.
Okay.
So not going to be able to grab onto them very easily. Fire, you got a feeling it's going to hurt if you grab it. Wind doesn't have a whole lot to grab hold of, and water could get you drowned.
That's not well back then.
That's interesting. You guys got any other questions for me?
Well, if no one else has any questions. I believe you have rooms already, so return to me once you have cleared out the rest of the moat house, and I'll see what I can discover about the temple in the meantime.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Anything special you guys are going to do this evening before... Oh, man. Pardon me.
That shop is closed by this time of night.
Yeah.
So after we go eat dinner, have a drink, rest the night, check the shop in the morning, head back out.
Sounds like a plan.
Is there anything we need to sell, get rid of, buying, wisely?
Is there anything what?
Is there anything we need to sell off so we don't have to rub it back and forth?
I mean, we can. Assuming that James will let us.
Yeah. I mean, you're in town. There is a trading post here.
Any opportunity to do work or to beef up ourselves a bit?
Yeah, because the bulk of what we have is equipment.
Not very good equipment that anyone would want.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could even buy a few, like, cold exploding vials or something like that if he sells them. At magic shop.
Now, this is a level 5 town. Let's see, which building was his? The Sage. No. Ah. So his building is, we ping it on the map, right here. The trading post was... Where did it go? There it is. Here's the old trading post. And there is a scroll maker in town as well. So you're going to head over to Spook Noir's place. All right. So he has any potions and any alchemical concoctions, except for poisons, at up to level 5.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking that more for Ethan since you're the one who typically throws things, but probably didn't want to hit this one.
Well, only one of these healing pots, isn't it?
He has minor and lesser healing potions. The minor healing potion is going to be 3 gold instead of 4. The lesser healing potion is going to be 9 gold instead of 12.
Still pretty nice.
Hey, James, I'm gonna go ahead and update the treasure sheet with sawing up all mundane stuff and replace it with gold, okay?
Okay. All right. Bring this up. Also, I do need Aloric to make a fortitude save, Dean. Did you make your fortitude save, Dean?
Oh, crap. Stop being mute.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a 10, so I'm gonna say no, I did not make my save.
All right. You end up taking 17 points of negative damage, and you're really not feeling well. He's looking kind of pale, and he's starting to smell pretty bad.
Jewel through the crowd. Oh, yeah. How did you do this?
Yeah, I figured so.
How much to it for selling off all that stuff?
Not very much. The 5-way split was gonna be about 28 gold, but since I'm in the middle of fussing with things, changing non-magical equipment into cash, I don't want to be real specific just yet. Give me a second.
We gotta rush into the crack like right away.
Yeah, I'm in favor of that.
All right. So, which cleric are you going to go see?
Let's start out with Buckler again. He, seems like they're kind of paladin-y, if I remember correctly, and hate undead. I like people that fight them.
As long as he doesn't try to smite you.
Let's see if she has. All right. Canoness a Day lets you know that normally she can cast the spell, but she doesn't have it memorized today. However, because of the components involved, she will have to charge a fee. Of 18 gold.
Dang, that sounds expensive, but, perfectly reasonable at the same time. I'm in favor of it. I'm going to ask her if I think I'll be okay overnight while she memorizes it.
Well, she says, well, you appear to have ghoul fever, so You have a few days before you turn.
I will mention to her that I suddenly felt very ill and very weak, just to make sure.
Yes, and you're starting to pick up their stench as well.
Maybe check over with the Petal Temple, see if they've got the spell on today.
Let's see. What was he? Yes, Yether the King, who is the current priest of Pelor here at this temple, he does indeed have it and have it memorized, and it's going for the same price of 18 gold.
Yeah, I'm not so much shopping for price as immediate need. So yeah, I'll pay my 18 gold.
All right, and let me make sure there's not a roll. Well, he's got to make a roll, if I remember right. Nope, it just purges one disease. Or no, he does need to make a counteract check. So let's see how he does. Yep, the disease is purged from you.
That's true.
So much noise. All right. So after he's feeling better and he's selling off all the stuff, is there anything extra you guys are going to take care of while you're here?
Might buy a healing potion or two while we're here.
Like I said, 3 for the minor, 9 for the lesser. The lesser does 2d8 plus 5. The minor only does 1d8.
Find my sheet, tell me how much we got last time. This is not even a sheet.
I guess I'll get 2 of the monsters then, and just write down the gold once I know how much we're all getting.
Okay.
28.28. That's a split.
So 28 gold, 2 silver, and 8 copper.
Yep. Come on, write down a note for Nick and Chris, and I will wipe out the coinage.
How much did we get the sheet to do split?
What was that?
How much did we get last time we split?
3 gold.
Say that again?
3. Looks like since the beginning of time, not including today, we've gotten about 160 gold.
Oh, that's what it's written in. Okay. So my scribble notes make sense now then. And you said the lessons were 9?
The lessers are 9, yes.
I gotta agree with them. Give me 2 of those.
All right. After you guys get all that done, are you going to head back out to the moat house?
Was there any supplies we needed, guys?
I can't think of anything. You probably need to be out in the middle of, no room.
Not that works. Nothing.
Okay.
Onward and outward.
Back to
Real quick, James, how much did you say the healing potions were and what size were they?
the minor is 3 gold. The lesser is 9 gold.
Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of those. And I'm all done. Sleep, wake up, get back to town as far as I'm concerned.
All right. So the trip back out is uneventful. And nothing is upstairs. So you guys make it back. Which entrance are you going to use? The one that leads you down into the torture area, or the one that leads you down into the secret room next to the place where you found all the religious artifacts? So the first set of stairs you came down, or the secret room that leads to where you guys were?
Actually, we'll go back to where we were. So going down that path.
All right. And let me move your view over. So you know that the secret door here leads back into this chamber where you've left a few dead bodies. And the secret door to the right, which was open, leads down the stairs. And that was this guy.
So we always search where the bodies were, etc. Right?
Yep. Although you do know that there was a secret door in that torture chamber.
I forget to take that before we go down there. Shall we do?
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Did we clear that open already?
All right.
Oh, it does.
So you move this to there. And you guys start traveling. Come through here, back through this door, and then down into the torture chamber. And the secret door is right there. And there is a ladder leading down into the darkness.
Well, shall I use stealth and try and go down and take a look?
Okay. So you head here, and as you come out, you are in a passage that's about 10 feet below and goes directly underneath the room towards the east. Why is that blue? That shouldn't be blue. There we go. And as you step out farther, you see that the pathway that looks like it hasn't been used in decades.
Good. Check the traps as laid out.
All right.
Go back and call her up to them, whisper up to them. There's a passageway that doesn't look like it's been used in decades. Guys?
Yeah, I'll head down.
Well, I'll check around and look at the traps.
Okay.
You can try to be a little stealthy about it.
Well,
21.
That is not great. The rest is the 14.
All right. As the three of you make your way down this passageway, get the right light going, you do not come across any traps for the entire length of it. And then you come up to what is clearly a secret door that you can see from this side with no special roll.
and no peekholes or anything for it.
No peek holes or anything.
Sit inside, listen at it.
You don't hear anything beyond it.
Open it.
Okay.
Check it. Obviously, we can open it.
As the door swings open, the dusky smell of mildew and rot kind of just pours out of the room ahead of you. You see a broken casket
Oh, shit.
and what appears to be a larger room beyond. You're coming out into what appears to be like a recessed bier for a casket to rest on. And there is a faint stench that you recognize as the stench of ghouls.
Well, I'll get out in the front.
So my kid.
Okay, so you move out to the front. And as you guys move into the room, dismal and cold is a dusty, cobweb-filled chamber that has all the trappings of a crypt. Sarcophagi are stored in the dark, shadow-filled alcoves along the walls.
Oh, shit. Are you ready to backpedal up that secret passage? Was there any section to the right?
What's that?
Was there a room or pathway to the right where we came out? Or was it just a corner in the turn? Okay, it was just the one castle. Okay. Thank you for answering that. Well, do these castles look all broken?
They look ancient and rotted. And this room feels oppressive.
Either get through here and leave quickly or go back the other way when you guys pass.
See, I think we ought to back to that passage.
That's not very much better than the original primers is back in before.
We want to disturb the offense boats into the room. Make sure there's nothing hiding around there, and then go in the room disturbing as we go until something comes out, and then we fall back to the hole.
Fine, you don't hold the weapon, you open the guy, just spread the capture.
What about the guy with polearm could do, actually?
Oh, the summon method.
Exactly. I'm a thinker. I'm not a doer.
We noticed that.
I volunteer for people to do stuff. I don't volunteer to do it myself. What if I say it that way?
Well, what do you think?
Steps back towards the passage, and then I'll just call out, "Hey, ooh, I'm tasty."
Alrighty, let's do that then.
Yeah, I'll come with that as well.
Okay, so he shouts out, "Hey, ghouls, I'm tasty." And his voice seems a little muffled. You would expect it to echo in here with all the stone walls, but no, and nothing seems to respond.
Look out, is there anything popular with the ceiling?
It is a ceiling.
Well, I'm just saying, no echoing, that seems something on it.
No?
Wood, no. Oppressive, something. That just sounds like something's present.
Yeah, I say we start cracking coffins until something comes out of us.
2 more steps forward, Ben, and see what we see in there. Oh, wait a minute, that would be me, not the light. Okay. Let me step 2 steps ahead of Ben and just see what we see. Oh, hell, more in that direction? Yeah. I'm kind of leaning toward no and hell no, guys. Till we get the rest of the picture, there's just way too much potential right here. I went towards all, and I'm back in one.
I'll move back after you.
The wind's going to see the doors, we know it's still here. If we had the whole gang, actually, let's rock and roll with it. I don't think so. Guess I'm also going to have less things in the all blues and no brains. Yeah.
I got something for you.
Alright, let's just go on, lock things behind us.
Okay. Move you guys back up.
This is the next section, we got friends. Or at least additional meat shields.
There you go. And I will... Where is that door?
Lock that one behind us, and let's go back to the stairs. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure and check this area out so I can see it and to be sure nothing's going to come behind us.
I mean, you've been to this section before, and you know that the only other way out of here is these stairs. The ones that you originally came down. So as you pass back through, back over to the stairs. And,
So the stairs are all new territory, right?
nope,
Okay.
you've been down this way. Why did it do that? That was weird. All right. So as you guys come down this hall, you've been down this way. And when you get to here, you know that you've been this way. But
That is where we saw the noise.
you have not been this way.
So we entirely cleared out the no secret doors and nothing.
Not that you found your first time through.
Did we check?
Probably not.
Take a quick check and we'll head the other direction.
Okay, go ahead and make your perception check.
17.
21.
Nope.
All right, you guys don't find anything that seems out of place. I'm going to move the edge of the map to there. And as you guys start down this way, moving over, and then down some more. They seem to love their right angles. And as you get to here, move the view down. This chamber has 6 old wooden beds with straw mattresses arranged pretty haphazardly around the room. And each has a bag or a satchel of a different sort next to it, and a small iron box stands open on one bed. There is a stand with a brazier that is unlit, as well as a lantern also unlit against the middle portions of the east and the west walls.
I guess does this go on the mattresses look new or like it's been sitting here for a long time?
Relatively newish.
Okay.
And as you start looking at the bags are all empty.
What's on the wall and the nooks on the south? You said doors?
Doors, yes.
Can you go and learn a little bit more? See that hall to the left?
Yep.
Looks like there's a couple doors down there. Passages.
In the bags or the boxes.
So there's a passageway that leads into what appears to be another room. And then you've got 3 doors to the south.
Check the doors. Starting with the eastmost one as a suggestion.
Sure.
Probably this far, we've got to do something.
All right, the eastmost one.
Check the traps, is it locked?
It does not appear to be trapped, and nor is it locked.
Open it. Well, we can make it out. The picture will stay there.
Yeah. All right. You have a long hallway that heads down into the darkness.
Okay, close it, check the next one. I have a feeling we have a pretty expensive facility here. Don't you agree?
You don't believe that this one is trapped either. And it is locked. Looks like it has a simple lock on it, so it'll require 2 successes against DC 20 on your thievery check.
That would be a 22.
And your second one?
Would be a 25.
All right, you get it unlocked, and as you swing the door open, it suddenly stops about here, and then you hear a loud clang, coming from the hallway behind you. It sounded like it was a distance off. And as soon as you release the door, it slams back shut.
And hide behind us?
Yep.
So back where we were before.
Kind of like the forklift dropping.
Could be.
That's what it was. Shit.
I'm only going to move one of you for this.
Yeah.
And let me move your view up. And sure enough, our portcullis fell down in this hallway. And is now flush with the floor. Looks like it's got spikes that are driven into the floor. And it goes all the way up to the ceiling.
So then we were thinking we could get something in the ways or...
Not going to be able to move easily.
Well, yeah. So I missed that Minecraft for a while, recently.
And as you move back down,
Well, we know another way out of here if we don't necessarily love the idea. We know there's another way out of here. So basically all that is that door is a trigger. Oh, let's make the third door. And we got more bolt cutters.
you're fairly certain this one isn't trapped, nor is it locked. And as you swing the door open, it opens into a small closet-like area that is currently empty of anything but dust.
I'll check for secret doors. Wonderful perception.
20 perception.
I'll need a 14.
There do not appear to be any secret doors in this chamber.
Well, do we go left hallway or the right hallway? Or the south hallway?
See out.
Well, there's gotta be mechanism somewhere to raise it.
No. He's not mad at
Okay.
He did. So he told me he had to.
No? Which way are you guys going?
Do you want to eat?
Down the passage.
Are you hungry? Do you need
The open one here to the west or the one to the south beyond the door?
Come on, we'll go up west.
to go to the bathroom then?
All right.
Do you have to go poop?
As you guys enter this room, odd in shape, this chamber's walls are stained and scored with signs of fire long ago. There's a wooden bed with mattress of straw up against the west wall. And that pretty much appears to be it.
Take a quick look at the survey. 11 for perception.
Definitely has been used recently. And then you can see the rest of the room up that way. But no one is, it doesn't look like it's been used at least in a day or so. To the south, yes. Okay, go ahead and make your perception check. Just appears to be an alcove.
Check the doors with the first now I know that I shoot the doors. I figured out I didn't like it stirring up the chest by the way.
Where's Ben? That's Uncle also. That's Ben.
All right, over to the other hallway.
Yeah, I guess with the 25 perception on the bed, say that side, was there like a roll for or anything like that? Like picking hair?
Definitely has some knoll fur in them. All right. And as you enter this one,
Is that Uncle
So in that passage of that room to the left, there was no, didn't go any further north?
No.
You found D.
All right, so as you get down to here,
Those are mostly all D.
to the southwest, the passageway angles off, and it also continues to the south. You guys can hear some running water coming from the south.
I was just about to say, listen, and that answered my question. Which way you want to go, Dad?
What's that?
Grandpa.
I said, which way do you want to go, Dad?
Grandpa. Can you eat the chips over here?
Maybe like to go south. Okay.
Chips? No.
There's Frito.
No, I didn't eat them.
Exactly.
You said south?
South.
All right. So you guys continue south. You come up to this intersection here where the stairs go down into darkness, and there is a bit of a stench coming from there. And off to the west as well, it also has a faint stench coming from it. So water is coming from the south, down the steps.
Dad down? And D?
Sure.
That's D in the swimming pool.
So south,
Who's this?
South. Or no, west.
west,
Who's that?
And the other southwest.
Yeah.
sorry.
There is the sissies in that one. And Mama.
All right.
Here, let's
Oh,
get
come
you some
on.
food. Let's go get your high chair.
And as you guys come down to this section, makes a right turn, the stench gets a little stronger.
Cindy, did you eat a bag of chips that was on the counter? Okay, that's, I was just wondering if they
And
had
you
gotten
guys,
or if I had lost them.
Yeah, I gave them to him for lunch. He found them one day.
That's fine. I just, like I said, wondering.
sorry.
If I was
You guys see that once again you're back in that crypt.
Sit down in your chair. See,
See, we should have taken care of it when we were
Look
there
it.
before.
Mommy has pretzels for you. You want a pretzel? Crawl up in your high chair.
Can I head back towards the water?
Let's get up there.
Your mom's gonna bump you, okay?
All right.
Ready? We're gonna go up.
And as you guys continue down, the floor down here looks a little slimy, and it is a little slick.
Lean back. Lean back.
And as you turn the corner,
Lean back. Hands up.
this place is extremely cold,
I gave you
and the
chicken nuggets.
chill is definitely an unnatural corruption in the air. There's the wide pit in the center where water is pouring out of the sides and down onto a rock down about 15 feet down, and then pouring deeper. There is a winch mechanism down in the pit that looks like you're not sure what it would move. And then floating there in the center, a pulley has been affixed to the ceiling and a rope descends from it, connected to 4 more ropes. These in turn are tied to the edge of the 10-foot wide wooden platform that you see in 4 different places to provide stability. There's an unlit lantern sitting atop or sitting on the platform. And scattered about the pit edges are picks, shovels, and a strange statue rests in the corner farthest from the entrance. Against the north wall stands a large round and flat stone that looks like it's roughly the same diameter as the pit.
See, what I don't know, nothing like water.
Fire.
And they got a fire engine trapped in there. Or an undead. Either way it is. Are we brave there? You stupid enough to raise this up?
Yes.
Get back.
At this point. Maybe come back and see you later, Russ.
And I guess with perception of 18, I guess, do I see any no track going to here? Like in the line or something?
Oh yeah, lots of tracks in the slick mold and stuff in the room. Looks like there was a lot of activity here.
Recently?
Yes, definitely recently.
Okay, so we should know what they were doing.
Going off of the fact that they have a makeshift elevator hanging above a pit, you think they were probably going down below to something that's underneath this level.
So what about the water?
The water's rushing down deeper.
So it's rushing down the side, it's not immersing the water.
Right.
Let's check out the rest of the other grade there in this one. My question is, how would you get it back up?
It's got ropes attached to it so you can raise yourself up and down. All right, so you're going to head back up to the diagonal, because that seems to be the only way you haven't gone yet. Well, you haven't gone completely into the crypt either. All right, so as you head down this way, a wall of solid stone, clearly different from the masonry around it, forms the end of the passage. It seems somehow fused with the stone walls as well as the floor and ceiling. What's that?
So it's obviously not a secret door.
Oh, it's pretty clearly not a secret door. Either a nature check or an arcana check.
Nature 26.
This is a wall of stone that somebody summoned here. Looks like it's been here for a while too.
How would it be to break through?
It would have taken, considering the power of the spell that it would take, it would have taken a pretty powerful caster to do it. Either arcane or primal.
What would it take to break through this?
Hmm?
How much work would it take to break through this?
And you can pound on it for a while. If you use hammers and stuff, you can probably get through it after a while of just beating on it.
What do you think, guys? Quick, somebody didn't want something out of that. So what do we do? We kind of knock a hole in the wall? Do we go deal with the crypt?
Deal with the crypt, just to be sure we've got a safe way out.
Okay. So back to the crypt and make our way through it to the other end again.
Okay. Do do do. Do do. All right. And as you guys head deeper into the crypt, you see the place where you came in to the north, and then to the south, there is a break in the wall where two of the crypt crypt alcoves were, and it looks like it leads back into a cave deeper in.
Do we want to check through this sarcophagus first?
I don't think it seems like such a bad idea.
Okay. All right. So it takes you most of an hour to check them all. Some of them are a little more resilient than others, and you don't find anything of value and while there are a few bodies missing, none of the other bodies animate. On the exterior, the sarcophagi, they all have that same Elder Elemental Eye symbol. And as you guys come deeper into here, the passage here is rough, as if burrowed from the earth. The walls seem to close in, making the narrow tunnel seem even narrower, and bits of earth fall from the ceiling and walls as you pass them. This place definitely stinks of death. And as you move in and look around, there is a passage that leads off in that direction. And then this is all earthen wall. It appears to be stable enough, but you wouldn't want to... What's that? Yeah, go ahead and make an engineering lore check.
I want to say that is a 28.
You're pretty sure that short of an earthquake, these walls will hold up for a while. All right, so I'm just going to move one of you guys through here so that way I don't accidentally show you the whole map. And as you move up, you have a fork in the road here. One to the north, one to the west. Okay, and as you move along, you come to another fork, but it looks like it's a chamber here. Nothing that appears to be in it other than the earthen walls. And moving on, you have another decision to make. North or south? Okay. As you move up, you have the west passage. There is east. All right. So you did see something in passing through there. It appears so, and as you double back down, it does indeed. So up this way, and it comes around, and you have two passageways again.
To the south, it's more likely turning on south.
All right. And that dumps out into this chamber here. Let me read you the description. This cave seems cut at strange angles, creating disturbing shadows and weird, seemingly impossible bends and curves. The stone is a cloudy purple color. Rising from floor to ceiling is a tall, four-sided column, natural but extensively carved, so that each side sports a different graven image. Before the column is an altar made out of dull, porous, and slightly corroded black rock, sitting atop a 1-foot-high platform of black stone speckled and streaked with violet. This room is cold, a soul-numbing chill that grips at your very heart and seems to be touching the edges of your sanity. It is a fact, rather than a mere judgment, that this is definitely an evil place.
What was that then? No, I was asking what sort of images were on the column.
So, the first image you see is jet black and depicts a tall, muscular man in full plate armor with unfamiliar flanges and fluting. He wears a cape and holds a wavy bladed sword. The second side is dark green, carved into a man swathed in a flowing robe with long sleeves and a high collar. Covering his face is a mask that resembles kind of just a blank slate. Actually, area 6. You guys cleared that, so you should have gotten the mask.
Yeah, I think we had masks on the treasure list, as I remember.
Yes. It's the mask that the statue or the bas-relief is wearing is identical to the one that he had. On the third side, it's deep blood red and depicts a man in high boots, a doublet, and gauntlets of twisting design. There's a hood drawn tight around his face, covering his head. And the fourth side is a statue of a man colored deep indigo, clothed in a mini pleated robe and sash covered with strange sigils. I can speak today, honest. His head is cowled, and he cradles a scepter in his folded arms. On perception? Oh. On religion? No, nothing really is popping out at you. Which side are you searching? Do I have... Oh, I put it in OneNote, that's why. Alright, let me switch notebooks here. Alright, so in the
Eat your cheese. Eat your cheese roll-ups. No, you don't.
which one were you searching again? I'm sorry. The north, that would be the jet black guy. Inside a small hidden compartment, looks like you just push in on a section there on his breastplate, and it pops open, and inside you see a small, let me find this thing real quick. Because I can't remember if these got carried over or not. All right. So there is a small gold-looking stone. Yeah, it appears to be a stone-shaped object made of gold. More of a nodule.
Mr. Mage, is this magical?
Yeah, we got some tech magic.
All right, this room is alive with magic.
How about this side and checker?
You gonna do a read aura on the object? It has a pretty heavy divination aura to it.
I wonder if this is an island stone or something.
Eat more chicken.
You want to try and identify it real quick?
If you want, and it'll get you some.
Okay. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
17.
You're not sure what it is. Okay. Going to move around and look for more secret compartments. What's your perception? 22, you don't find anything. You still have 2 sides left you can check.
That's 25 on the top.
This is on the blood red side, and inside of a small secret compartment, you do find a set of silver chimes that would be worth 20 gold. I'm sorry? They are not magical when he checks for it. And you don't find anything on either the east side or the west side. But that was just, yeah. I cannot remember Ben's character's name now. Conrad. You still don't find anything there. You want to check the west side? Okay, you don't find anything over there either. Say that again?
Can you take 20 on a search?
Oh, no. Take 20 is no longer a thing. All right. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, that might be a little better. So let's search north.
Okay, so as you head up this way again, and you start heading down this tunnel, it comes to a dead end. Do 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 do. Okay. And yet another dead end.
I got 19.
You guys are pretty sure that the earthen wall does not have a secret door hidden in it. Nope. Yeah, the area that goes down into the pit. I mean, there was that altar at the base. No, none of you said anything about looking at it, so. Well, let's go back. It appears to just be a little altar, and as you start poking at it to try and find if it has any secret doors in it or secret compartments. Oops.
How about a pretzel? Pretzel that.
You become stupefied 3. As you just felt this negative energy rush through you. And you become stupefied 3. Yep, he kind of stumbles back from the altar. Yeah, he's there. He just looks like he suffered a bit of a shock. He's definitely suffered some kind of mental damage. Like something psychically attacked him. I'm sorry? It's definitely going to be temporary. After about 10 minutes, the stupefied condition goes away. And you guys still have this altar in front of you. Sorry? Mm-mm.
That didn't feel good. Someone else can go for that now.
Well, just take a sip of water real quick.
Would you mind trying to see what the magic is on it?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's see. I'll read bar on it.
All right, make a will save. You managed to keep from touching it because the magic you feel pouring off of it is extremely powerful. Yeah. It's definitely divine. And I need to pause for a moment. I'm going to help my wife put the baby down for his nap. I'll be right back. And we are back. All right, so it's definitely divine, but you guys have no idea what the source of this altar is. However, it does seem to be the source of the soul-numbing chill. Okay. Going to take a whack at it. Make a fortitude save.
I think I'm going to spend a character point. That's better. 28.
28. Go to dying 1. As you feel your entire life force pulled out through the hammer and you drop to the ground. Hey, be glad this isn't 3E. Because that result is just death. But yeah, you guys see him drop to the ground after this purplish energy just rushes all over his body.
So I got the gentle version of this.
You got the gentle version.
Okay, meditation
Yeah. You'll have to do a... Do you have battle medicine?
Yes, I do.
You'll have... All right. So that's going to be 48 restored to him.
So that would be at 30.
And he comes awake. You are wounded 1.
Let's leave it alone.
Okay, I guess that brought me to 0 hit points as well.
Yeah, but he took you back up 30.
Alright. Well, I'll have to do a bit more of it. Well, we know what happens if you interfere.
Now you feel like you, particular Conrad, feel like you're being watched.
You gotta be to a kid. Probably.
All right. Where are you going back to?
No, as long as I make the pilot, I think we're going down.
All right. So, did you get back over? Oh,
I guess it's
after 10 minutes, you not 10 minutes. You can do a regular medicine check now that he's stabilized, and that takes 10 minutes. Then you won't. Okay, so you can do it every 10 minutes.
Would be a 16, so 2d8.
Yep.
How much more you need?
30 hit points.
I see 27. Would that be 4 Chuck James?
Okay.
Would that be,
That'd be 4, yeah.
okay, what is it, 10, 20, the breaks?
15, 25.
Okay. Okay, well, you all those 2 8s in me. No, you. Okay. How about you screw it up on me? I just didn't think you were unconscious.
Okay, so still down 14.
You jump on the big roll, it was 26, so 4 more d8.
Alright, fully healed.
When I block and accidentally stab you, remember all these good medicine rolls.
All right. So after you guys take care of the patching up, you make your way back over. You climb onto this little elevator, and you start to lower yourself down. Oh yeah.
Did the rest of us or just that?
Just Ben. And as you guys lower yourself down, you find yourselves coming down to this chamber here. And let's see. So you were traveling down a shaft, and roughly 15 feet from the top of the shaft, indications that a stone plug was once placed here, then carefully mortared and sealed, and just above that point, a 4-foot wide tunnel carrying an underground stream empties into this shaft, with water spilling down into the darkness below. And as you continue down, the water pouring down beside the descending platform creates a mist below, deepening the chill that you feel as you go deeper. Through that mist, you can see that the floor below is just over 60 feet from the top, and it appears to be very smooth and black, with veins of deep violet running through it. The shaft walls spread out into the darkness and open into a vast cavern that you can't see the bottom of yet.
What kind of stone is that?
That would be either a nature check or a lore geology check.
93 for nature.
What was that?
23 for nature.
Okay. Is Conrad going to take a shot at it?
I got a 20.
Okay. Neither of you know what kind of stone this is. I need to change your light because that is not the right color. Confirm. All right. So you reach the end of the hoist here, and just barely at the edge of your vision on the far side, you can see another platform that looks like it would go deeper.
So that's the only option here is go down further.
Cedar chips,
Fudge.
big old woolen blanket. I made a color back and blanket out.
I guess we can check out this platform over here.
Oh, we have to.
We can nail it down the side.
All right. So, where is my, there it is. Okay, who's going to step out?
Who has acrobatics? Well, I'll give it a shot, yes.
Okay. As you step out onto the platform, the whole thing pulses with a sickly violet light. Make a basic fortitude save.
Oh, God. Yeah. Damn it. He used my first advantage.
Natural 1.
Jesus.
You take 40 points of negative energy damage. You think, what's your speed? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Speed is 20. Yes, it is normal.
So if you spend all 3 actions, you can definitely make it across
Up to 1.
the platform on the other side.
Yeah, okay, I'll try making the cross then.
Okay. All right, the other two of you see that he got blasted by that, and then he immediately took off and was able to make it to the other side.
Wow, I only got 43 hit points. It's pretty bad.
You know, I'll call over. That really hurts.
Yeah, I only have 34 points.
So that would call for make it a thievery check for Mr. For Mr. Raidlin.
15 plus 12, 27.
27. All right. You know that you have no chance of disabling this. This is a trap. However, if you go now, you should be able to get across before it resets.
Come on, grab Jiggy, you have to run fast. We're going over there.
Sound like a plan.
All right. Also, Conrad, you have sickened 2, enfeebled 2, and drained 1 from that critical failure.
I'm going to work on Conrad before we go down.
Okay.
I hate having him pass out. And
He can make 2 fortitude saves, or he can make a fortitude save to see if he can reduce sickened.
See, that's, I guess, what is all that getting on for penalties?
You're not using the app, are you? All right. Sickened 2 is a -2 to all rolls and your AC. Enfeebled 2 is -2 to anything strength related, and drained 1 means you are as long as you have drained 1, you have 1 hit point less per level.
Alright. Okay, so instead of the 24, that would be 22 on the fort save.
Okay.
what are you talking about, James?
What's that?
Which app are you talking about?
Path Builder 2E.
Okay, I've got that. Okay.
Yeah, if you apply the conditions in Path Builder, it automatically applies everything.
Oh, okay, I haven't got it on the PDF sheet. Okay.
All right.
So, try and heal him then?
Yeah. And you can't do anything about the drained, the enfeebled, or the sickened. He has to get through those on his own.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to fall into the 20.
All right. That'll give him back 2d8 hit points.
27, so 48.
And that's 20 minutes down. Go ahead and make another fortitude check for Conrad.
I'm letting this thing start to tingle again, being right next to it.
Oh, yeah. You can feel the energy is built back up. It built back up almost immediately after you guys got off of it.
Alright, that's 28 this time.
28, so you're down to sickened 1. The enfeebled has gone away, and drained, how long does that last? I cannot remember how long drained lasts. All right, drained restores at the rate of each full night's, you reduce it by 1 for each full night of rest you get. So that's going to be with you for a minute or two.
Alright. Let's see, I guess, we still use another 10 or 12 hit points of healing.
And that'll allow you to do one more fortitude save. The sickened is still there, but the enfeebled is not.
So the second 2 is still there?
You're down to sickened 1.
Okay. Oh, 14, or the non valid, same result.
Okay. So the sickened is gone. And how'd you do on your medicine check? Steve? Oh, he's on the phone. How did you do on this next medicine check?
No, let's move. Let's not move it. Hang on. Catch up the D20. Hold on. 14 to the 8. No, that's not even good enough, is it?
No, 15 is the target number.
Sorry. No. Let's just do this now.
Wait another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make it after another 10.
That'll be a 20 to the 8.
2d8.
What's what you did with that?
Okay, I'm still down 5 hit points, but I'm pretty good now.
Okay.
Is all this resting while we recover anything naturally?
No. This isn't classified as resting. Resting would be actually getting sleep.
You said leave the cat on the table. Let me tell you, it adds to the count for the extra too.
All right. And as you guys make your way down to the bottom,
Is that another one?
this is a small obelisk that the obelisk you just ran across, which was upside down, you ran across what would have been the base if it was right side up. And it is resting point to point on top of this one here. As for the rest of the room, to the south, you see what appears to be like a portal in the wall. To the north, there is some water just resting on the ground. More water dripping down into it from above. And you can vaguely see some stuff off to the west.
Okay, and we're at 4 level now.
Yes, you are on the floor level. You want to target? Okay. Okay, which side are you going to first?
So is this fog in the air or?
Yes, it is fog in the air. It's from all the water that's spraying down. The floor itself resembles black marble that has no luster. It does have purple veins that are thick and jagged running through it. Yeah, it's pretty slick. That pillar there in the middle, like I said before, it goes up 30 feet high and it has the obelisk balanced on it on top. You're not sure how that works. It seems physically impossible. All right, so as I said, you got water to the north. You can't see real far to the west yet. And then what appears to be an archway in the door to the south.
Take it, guys. I gotta pick the last two. Go back it up. Oh, okay.
To the north?
Sure.
Let's go over the water and the powder.
So the water that pours down from above, spattering across the top of the obelisk, and finally collects here in a pool at the bottom of the cavern. It's about 10 feet across and perhaps 2 inches deep, and it fills an imperfection in the floor's otherwise smooth surface. The water runs in a rivulet across the floor through a large crack in the wall and disappearing down deeper into the earth.
Is something we can follow, in other words?
No, it's a crack that it's running out of. Maybe if you were a quickling, you would be small enough. Or some kind of small fae would be able to fit in there.
Oh yeah, just what we need. You got a west before. And what is that?
So here, where'd it go? This symbol seems to be an evil perversion of some otherwise good sign of light and life. It is a black sun that is emblazoned into the ground.
Is there anything above it? You look at the ceiling?
No, nothing that you see. Whoops, I took it too far.
Fading away, that's scary. Okay. And then we're looking at that right by the wall.
Yep.
Alright, you go down, see what that other thing is.
So as you move to the south, on what appears to be the floor of this massive cavern, where the stone here has worked really smooth, you see a two-tiered inverted ziggurat, black in color, just kind of emblazoned right into the floor there. What'd you get on the religion? 11? Yeah, you're not sure. Let me zoom in, where you guys can more clearly appreciate the artistry.
Taking a good look at it, you describe in the burning when we get back, if we make it back. push that over to the east wall.
East wall or the south wall?
East.
All right.
Got me?
So over along the east wall, which is where you guys came in, there's not a whole lot over here.
Okay. Then I guess south wall it is.
All right. As you guys approach this archway,
So what is it, 40 or something?
as a matter of fact, it does. It lights up and it has kind of a purplish light to it. Let's see. Where is the description? There it is. It's an archway carved out of the stone in such a way that it seems to be nothing but a curved mass of writhing tentacles and serpents. And there's now that purplish portal that is right there.
Oh, purple has hurt the hell out of us.
I mean, the floor that you're on has veins of purple in it, and it hasn't hurt you yet.
Yeah, but it's not gross.
Got it.
Let's see here, I guess, can you tell us what about with your
You
magic?
hear me?
Yeah, man. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's exact magic corridor.
It is a
See?
powerful apportation spell. And an Arcana check to see if you can identify what it is.
It sounds more plain, but
Crap. A 19?
A 19. So as you're thinking about it, you vaguely remember seeing a kind of an archway back up in the rooms that where the 6 beds were. There was kind of an archway drawn into the wall up there.
Cool. So this could be a portal back up so we don't have to go up the elevator. Or, could be this disintegration spot.
I was thinking it was just on plank from Petal, but
Oh, that's basically what a disintegration spot would be for.
No, because disintegration is a greenish ray.
No, I mean the outcome would be the same.
Oh,
well, going back up isn't the greatest idea. There's nowhere else to go. I was hoping we could find something we could do a lot of killing and throw the body and we could discharge it on the way back up. Well, did we try it?
I don't know.
Either that or we go back up there. I try and get some, take some kind of a roach and try and do a monkey bar way go across the thing across to the elevator or something I can think of. Because I don't think Bane can survive another trip across.
I don't know. You did pretty good against the first one.
Alright, you guys call it. What do you want to do?
What's your thoughts, Conrad? You want to try that floor upstairs again? Or you want to try this portal?
Portal. Portal.
Well, let me try something before I just step into it here. Looking up to the head, figure out which looks like a hole in the ground. Let's see, we've got a sun which is higher, we've got water pouring down, so maybe if I walk up to this thing and blow on it, it'll do something.
walk up to what thing and blow on it.
The portal.
So
How about I throw in a copper piece to it first?
nothing happens when you blow on it.
Alright.
You don't hear about this at all.
Cheryl is over here cheering for you guys to just step through.
Of course, Ladybug right into the road.
Portal, just do it. Come on. Hold hands and jump through.
First of all, jump to more than draw a new character, sure.
Nothing wrong with making a new character.
Alright, I'll throw a copper piece at this thing then.
It passes through the portal, and nothing else seems to happen.
Alright. Well, that's as good a proof
Yeah.
as we're gonna get,
Chris
so
and-
I'll try walking through this thing.
All right, so you walk right into the portal, and he is now gone from your guys' sight.
As he moves through, I'm gonna watch carefully, see if he reacts suddenly negatively in some fashion.
20 on the perception? No, he does not seem to.
Said, bye. Looks good to me. I'll go. I'll follow.
All right, so he walks through.
Might as well go, kid.
Hey, what's this pop-up that says my character's dead?
This is not wild.
What's that? All right.
And with that, we end the session.
Win this first time, maybe the last.
So as you guys pass through, it's a weird sensation. It feels like every part of you is just ripped asunder. And then you feel kind of a warm glow. And then you feel like you're just smacked. Not like a regular smack, like an ogre picked up a tree and swung it at you. And you feel the sensation of traveling a great distance. And as you do, you come stumbling out of another portal and into an open and lush countryside. You can smell the sea air. You can smell like salt sea air, kind of a briny quality to the air. And to the west of you, no, not to the west, to the south of you, you see what appears to be a massive coastal city.
So what's behind us is a full back or is it a blank wall, I suspect?
Not even a blank wall, just open countryside.
Well, I suppose I'll take a look at the plants around that side. Do they look like normal herb plants, or I guess yard plants?
Yeah, I mean, you see grass, wheat. There's some trees off in the distance.
Are we in a temperate zone, jungle zone?
It is. It's definitely hotter than where you were, temperature-wise.
Were they in a cave?
Well, yeah, they were in a dungeon.
Trapped in a cave?
Yeah, that's not a great food church, you're right.
Sorry, I'll keep my 2 cents to myself.
So, hold on, I'm bringing up my info.
You see there's a big city there right by.
Yeah, off to the south of you. To the north, off in the distance, you can see what appears to be a large forest, and beyond that, you can see a mountain or a series of small mountains. And to the northeast, you see what appears to be a spire reaching up out of the forest. And that spire looks ancient.
Does that ring any bells from Greyhawk geography?
You don't have lore geography, do you?
No, I have underworld and warfare, so. Not unless there's a war story to go with that fire.
No, not really.
I guess if the city is close enough that we can see if there are
No, it's several miles off.
Is there smoke rising from it like it's inhabited, or?
Hard to tell during the day, especially with the breeze that's carrying the brine smell to it. And you're elevated above it a bit, so you can definitely tell that it's inhabited.
Is there a trail down or something?
Not from here, no. It wouldn't take much to start walking towards it and arrive there.
Seems a good place to start a day.
Yeah.
So when we say large city, I'm trying to think what cities we've been to for a relative scale.
Greyhawk, Golarion,
This city that you're looking at dwarfs Greyhawk.
Alright.
do I know of any city that big?
Maybe in the Old Kingdom. I can't remember the name of that place.
The Great Kingdom?
The Great Kingdom, that's it. Yes. There may be a couple of cities there, but you couldn't think of any island cities there that would be this big.
Near that.
Oh, do we think we're on an island? I just thought we were near the coast.
You're definitely near a coast. But you just, as you're looking around, you see that it's shoreline as far to the east and west as you can see. And the only reason you can see the shoreline is because you are elevated above it a bit.
The north and south get spread out. So it's an island city. So we have nobody too. What's up this week, Tom?
Just go, guys. Like,
Other than being a dungeon.
Sure.
Oh, not a problem. I can't, or I memorized comprehend language today, so. We'll be all
you're gonna go. Just do it.
for 10 minutes.
Can you guys hear Cheryl's commentary?
No.
Hold on. Here she comes. Here she comes.
Just go to the city. You know you're gonna do it anyways. Like, your guys are him and hawing over like, oh, should we go? Should we not go? You're just gonna do it. Just go to the city and you'll see what you see. They're either gonna be friendly and you guys have new friends, or they're gonna be, enemies and you're gonna kill them, or they'll kill you. It'll be okay either way.
Yeah, we're already on our way.
The Spire seems like an evil thing. I would not go there. City sounds good. Bet you they send you to the Spire. If they do, I think you guys owe me, like, I don't know, some sugar-free chocolate or something.
Remind me that we should have gaming in person again in January.
I don't understand. That seems like if we're mad at her, we should give her the sugar-free chocolate.
She is currently suffering from gestational diabetes.
I had that for years afterwards, you know.
Or sugar-free caramels. That sounds better.
She said sugar-free caramel sounds better.
Alright, so we're gonna head south to the city. Oh, Lord.
They're just very indecisive. If this was Nala, she'd have been there already.
If they meet you, I will try and stealthily move you around and recover your bones.
All right. As you head south, you do come across a road that leads towards the outer city. What's that?
Any signs?
Yes, you do see a few signs here and there, and
Goodbye.
she's going to Target now, guys. She'll leave you alone.
You can him and haw now whenever you want.
She's going through some sugar-free common.
But as you approach, you do see that there's quite a variety of people here in this outer portion of the city. Yes, actually you can. It is in Common, and it's in Elven, and it's also in several other languages. The sign is pretty large, and it says, "Welcome to Absalom," in each of those languages.
Terms are we at
No, you have never heard of a city known as Absalom. Say that again, Steve.
And one more thing. No.
It's it is spelled Absalom.
Does it sound familiar? We went in the hill.
Okay, so yeah, let's head on in and we'll get to more city-like crowds, buildings, that kind of thing.
So the panoply of people that you see humans of all sizes, skin colors, definitely several different ethnicities here. Then you see the occasional elf. Dwarves are pretty well represented here, as are halflings, and you see half elves, half orcs. Goblins are in the city, which seems kind of odd, and they seem to be like participating in city life and not destroying everything in their path.
Any other monster types we see in here?
What's that?
Any other monster that we normally hear monster people being in here?
You do see the occasional, what looks like a raven-styled humanoid. Definitely those who are plane touched, Azamar, Tiefling, the various elemental type of half-breeds. And it's just, the city seems to be a huge melting pot of peoples.
Just we are living on the same world.
I mean, it is daytime, so you can't exactly tell.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's my thought exactly. So, wow. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can find a wizard. I'll be able to find weapons here. There's a coin in here. There's a lot of older gold. So,
I mean, gold is gold.
yeah, I mean, the material is worth it if nothing else. Better question is there a welcome center? This is a melting pot. It sounds like they have lots of strange
Let me bring up my map of the city.
Well, you could just ask at a tavern.
Look at my cat. Yeah.
Do I have... Oh, pardon me.
You really need a camera beam.
No,
At least put up a picture.
yeah. I might give somebody an idea that I'd, put up a camera at some point.
You're such an IT geek who's elusive.
I'm a Luddite. I just look like an IT geek.
You lie at all. You've been in this field too long to I know better.
No, Dean, you are not a Luddite. My current manager is truly a Luddite. He still types with just his index fingers. And when he left his computer alone one day, I could tell he was not a typist because when I switched the M and the N keys on his keyboard, he locked himself out of his computer. He did not find that nearly as funny as the rest of us did.
Yeah.
So I figure on my last day, if I get some alone time with his computer, I'm going to swap more than just the M and the N.
So did he never do it the first time?
He did not. It wasn't until he came to me to ask me what I thought the problem might be on why his keys were typing wrong And had my coworkers not lost it, I was just going to look at him innocently.
Yeah, you knew that was how far.
They knew exactly what happened when he said that the keys weren't typing correctly. All right.
So, what do we find?
That is what I am working towards. I thought I had the map on my computer, but I'm having to pull it off my drive. Why is it not there? All right, where did it go? Companions. One would think that I could remember where I stored it. All right, we'll go with the information here. All right, so as you're heading through the outer portion of the city, the homes here definitely look high maintenance, like you're on the rich side of town. And as you pass through the city gates, that's even more. Yep. And as you pass through the gates, you see a sign denoting it as the Petal District, like flower petal. The buildings and the homes here are definitely from the rich end of town.
So we probably want to head to the center of town so we can head off to another district.
Well, I would believe in this part of town, we know about how it
Is it forwarding though? Is it forwarding over this district? I doubt it.
Books.
Well, let's say we head toward the center of town. I don't know if there's any information or trade centers to plug in the center of town.
Okay. All right. So as you make your way towards the middle of town, you pass through the Petal District, which is pretty clearly the rich part of town, and then you head into what appears to be a very opulent section of town. You see lots of buildings that look like they would definitely be the government buildings. And there's also lots of churches here. Sorry?
Any churches we recognize the symbols of?
None of the symbols appear to be familiar.
Oh, shit. We ain't on Greyhawk no more. I'll say as much as I go. We ain't on Greyhawk no more. None of those guys are here.
Well, it could be on a different continent. We still speak our languages.
Yeah, but you respectfully summon the Greyhawk gods to be here. The least is the dead man summon. Hypothesis. So anyhow, looks like a welcome center, a visitor center.
Probably. Oh, that's why I can't find that one. Okay. Probably would be best served with going to one of the churches. And you see a number of churches. There's one huge cathedral that appears to be empty and left alone. There's one that appears to have almost like the symbol of an angel on it.
And have a sun on them?
That would be the angel one. Looks like it's a... Let me bring up the...
I know it was anything like treasure or adventurer or something like that.
All right, let me move down here and switch over to cartographer, and I'll show you the image. So that's the one that has the sun on it, the sun kind of being behind the image's head. There's one that's just a hammer. And those are the ones that kind of stand out as the biggest one. Although there is one that has a sword pointing down, and it's kind of like a cross using a sword.
Okay. Well, sun and angel looks like friendly imagery, and I think in character I've got a suspicion of who it might be, which is not going to be correct out of character, but
Well, let's go see. Oh, yeah, lovely.
Okay. All right, as you head into the temple, the first thing you notice upon stepping inside is that there's no ceilings here. It's all open to the air. And a young woman, she appears to be a young elven woman, approaches. And she says, "Ah, welcome to the Temple of the Dawnflower. How may we serve you on this day?"
nice to meet you. I go by Conrad. My friends and I just came through this weird teleporting door. We're trying to get our bearings here and get back to the city of Greyhawk.
I do not know this city that you name.
Well, we could have gone pretty far, I'd see.
Can I ask an even sillier question? What world are we on?
Ah, that does seem to be a silly question. This world is called Golarion.
Well, then you wouldn't know Greyhawk then. Oh,
And we're speaking the same language.
Yes, common.
Yeah, that's what we call it back home, too. It's kind of odd. Let's see, you're a Dawnflower goddess. Does she have a name?
Sarenrae.
Okay. Let's see, is she the paladin type?
No, she is the Redeemer.
Okay, the Redeemer one. Okay, so separate from Mara, but still Halo related, perhaps.
Who is Pelor?
Sun god.
No, the only goddess of the sun we have is Sarenrae. It does seem to be a bit of a pickle for you.
Yeah, and
What-
so you don't have to-
What happened? What brought you here?
well, I guess we were checking out this cult called the Elemental Evil Cult. You know them?
No. Elementals aren't evil. They span neutrality. They have no morals or ethics. They just are.
Well, these guys seem to think that they were bad guys in charge of the elementals. But, you know, we were checking out their hideout and walked through a portal and it popped us out in the countryside near your city.
I see.
You know, some sort of a magical teleportation portal.
That would be something that would probably fall under the auspices of a wizard. There are more than a few here in town. But I personally don't know any. However, you may want to check at the... where did it go? It's in the... you may want to check at the College of Mysteries in the Petal District. It's the oldest academy of magic here in Absalom.
Seems fair. I mean, we don't have a lot of gold on us. Do they tend to be generous?
This is Absalom. Not many folk are generous here. It's the center of the world, so to speak.
Well, they might have information about where we were from, which was what we want to know.
For that type of thing, you would probably have better luck in Magnamar. But that is a long journey away. At least 2 to 3 months by ship.
So where do adventurers go?
I mean, there's no guild or anything like that that I'm aware of. The only company I know of would be the Pathfinder Society, although I've heard rumors of a startup called hold on. And she stops and she's thinking for a moment. I know the name of it. It's run by an adventurer. What is his name? Because it's his name, Adventuring Company. And I cannot remember his name, but it's based out of Magnamar.
Okay, do they have any people around here?
If they do, they haven't announced themselves. He set them up to be in direct opposition to the Pathfinder Society.
Alright, well, maybe these pathfinders want something.
Well, if you wish to seek the local lodge, it is... the Grand Lodge itself is located in the foreign quarter of the city. You can't miss it. It's a massive fortress surrounded by tall stone walls.
Is there anywhere we find that?
You could, but I wouldn't trust most maps because most of the ones sold on the street are usually by people just trying to earn a buck off of tourists, so to speak.
Can you give us brief legend? Can we see it from the street from here?
Yes, actually, follow me, and she leads you up into a spire of the temple and points out over the city, and you can see it. It is a huge castle, so to speak. off in the, I believe it's the southwest portion. Actually, it's just to the southwest of this district in the 4 1/4.
And I guess taking a look at the architecture of the city, does it look like the style we see back in Greyhawk?
It is a mismatch of styles. None that seem overtly familiar except for maybe the Elven style, which I mean they build with nature. So
Ask me what the other districts we can see there are.
she points out and she's like, well, we'll start with the easy ones. And to the west over there by that gate, that district is called Westgate. The next one in is the 4 1/4. To the south of both of those are on the east side the puddles and the docks. The docks are in the middle. Directly south of us is the coins. That's the merchants district. In the southwest corner down there is the Precipice District, or Precipice Quarter. Then just north of that is the East Gate. North of that is the Petal. And then directly north of us is the Wise Quarter. And if you look up there, you can see Eridan's first keep. Sorry? He was the god of humanity. Unfortunately, he has died. Neither did we.
So is there any districts to be wary of?
The puddles and the docks are both dangerous. The 4 1/4 has its locations that can be dangerous, but for the most part, the city watch, while not perfect, does a pretty decent job of keeping the streets safe. The precipice? About 20 years ago, a terrible earthquake sheared the cliffside district of Beldrin's Bluff into the harbor below, and it caused a lot of destruction down there. And you can see that there is a lot of damage that you would only expect from an earthquake to cause. And there is a bit of a precipice over there.
Interesting. Different.
And it does look like a lot of it is flooded still. But the puddles would be the slums. The dock districts are always dangerous.
Yeah. So what about Eastgate and Westgate? Is there anything distinctive about them other than
About what?
Eastgate, Westgate?
They're just the east and west entrances to the city.
Nothing in particular about that district, just general. Okay. Well, thank you for running up. I think we'll check with the Pathfinder Society too. Information and if somebody or someone or they want us to start. Thank you. No, I'd like to go through your guide. Thank you very much for your assistance.
All right. And you guys head out to seek the Pathfinder Society.
So you get bored of Greyhawk already? Man, that's quick.
Nope. There's story things going on. And I think that is where we will call it for the actual adventurer portion, but everything just fades to black. And in the distance, you see what appears to be an explosion of violet light. And then something takes notice.
Hey, so James, you just dropped for about 1 minute.
Oh,
What
sorry.
did you just say?
I said everything fades to black, and then you see off in the distance just this spark of violet and purple light. And something takes notice. And as that attention gathers closer, a bright purple disc of light appears, and a few beings start to step through it. And as they do, that presence reaches out to take hold of them, and then a massive cudgel strikes those three, sending them out of reach of that presence. And the presence lets out an angry, enraged roar. And then everything fades back to black. And that is where we will pick up in 2 weeks. Have a great time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope that my players enjoyed the story. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.